Hi there, my name is Bill Warner and I'm with EntreDot. So here we are, 7 p.m. on Monday for Monday Night Live with EntreDot. Isn't that exciting? I've always wanted to say that. As a reminder, EntreDot is a nonprofit organization that helps entrepreneurs start and run their own business. And we have a pretty well thought out mentoring program that helps them figure this out, all the way from having an idea and not much more, or having already done some planning, or even started to launch the business. And there's certain things that you're uncertain of, or you're up and running and maybe things aren't going as you expected, or they are and you want to expand into new things. We can help you there too. If you go to our website at entredot.org, you can read all about our mentoring program. We call it 6 Steps to Success. It's the methodology we use, we invented. And the program is delivered in many different ways. And I'd be glad to talk to you more about that. But tonight, we're going to be covering referral marketing. Now, last week, we introduced various forms of marketing campaigns. So many of them were email campaigns, several different social media-based campaigns, but referral marketing, I find, particularly for services businesses, where a relationship with the client is most important, that referral marketing is probably the most effective way to find new client prospects by referral. So let's get into what the heck this is. So think of referral marketing this way. Your objective is, of course, to gain new marketing leads, people you can approach and perhaps interest them in your services, consulting services or accounting services or marketing services, and many other kinds of businesses where a sales relationship is going to be important. But the way you gain access to these new leads is through people that you know who introduce you to them, people you know that introduce you to people you don't know yet. That's how you meet new people. It is a big way for meeting new people. Of course, there are other ways, but this way, because you're going to be introduced by someone that you know and trust, and they trust you, and they know someone and are willing to kind of put their reputation on the line and make an introduction of you to them. That's what referral marketing is. The key to it is that these people that will give you a referral, give you this introduction, are people that trust you, people that you have a relationship with, a trusting relationship with, and they're willing to do these kinds of things for you. By the way, the trust is mutual. You trust them as well to introduce you to people. And by the way, you may be a referral partner of them, and you would provide introductions to people you know for them. So this is a mutual relationship. It's not they refer, and never get anything in return. Not that they're looking for some form of remuneration or anything. They'll do this for you because they trust you, like you, and want to help you. So the underlying foundation for this environment in which these marketing referrals are going to be made are one where your market is well understood by you and you can communicate it to others. So anyone that you engage with will come to know a lot about your business, the market you're in, the buyers and their preferences, the kind of people you're trying to sell to. They'll have an understanding of your competitive positioning. Not that they're going to go out and present your business plan to anybody. They just need to know certain things about your business that are kind of tip of the tongue kinds of things that they can say to people. Your value proposition would be another one. Okay, you're a certain kind of business, but why? What good is it? They need to kind of be armed with a little bit of information about what your business is all about. So with that as a foundation of mutual understanding of your market, and you for theirs, again, by the way, since this is mutual, we're going to establish with them what I call a referral partner relationship. Some people call them referral agents. I prefer to call them referral partner. It kind of says that this is a partnership. You're doing things for each other and adding value to each other. Now, their qualification is they are people that you want to know because they know a lot of people. Pretty simple. They are also experienced business people. They're pretty high level in their companies. They may be fellow CEOs or presidents of companies, but C-level kinds of people. So they're well connected. You can see that by the number of people that they follow or who follow them on Facebook or LinkedIn. They're influential. Lots of people know them and also trust them, or at least have a high regard for them. Trust may be too strong, but they're highly regarded people. They're not just anybody. They're people that can bona fidely help you, and eventually, once a relationship is established, I'll get into that in a minute, once a relationship is established, are going to be very willing to make referrals to other people on your behalf. So, where do you find these people? Well, I just said a big hunk of them you already know. So you probably have an email list or following on LinkedIn or Facebook. The first thing you're going to do is take stock of, let's just start with your email list and go through it and call out the very, very best people, identify them, create a new list by name of these people that are the closest to you and have these qualifications I just mentioned. And these are probably people that a good relationship is already established. It may be still a young relationship. Either way, it's fine. But they're people that could take you somewhere. So they're the strongest relationships that you have. But there may be others that are on your list that you don't know as well, but you know have great influence. You want to get to know them better. And thirdly, when you're out in networking events and meeting other business people, that you're going to run across people that you want to know better. So those are the sources of these potential referral partners that we're trying to establish. Then for all of them, whether they're ones you know well or ones that you're just getting to know, you're going to commence to build a solid, trusted relationship between you and them, and a mutual one, as I mentioned before. So let me give you some examples of what I mean. And by the way, these aren't real giant things. These are little things that cause them to remember you, cause them to have a high regard for you, things that they're probably going to thank you for. But we're not talking about giving away yachts and giving people automobiles or anything like that. This is simple, easy to do stuff. So you may have a newsletter. Make a special point for the 10, 15, 20, 25 referral partners. Send them your newsletter, but put a very personalized message at the beginning of the email from you to them. Hey, John, I wanted to personally give you a copy of my newsletter. There's an article in here that I think you're going to be very interested in. It relates to that business we talked about last Tuesday. Something Love and kisses you. And every month or every time you send out a newsletter, you send them one especially addressed to them. So if you had 10 to 15 referral partners, there's 10, 15 extra emails you got to do to personalize them. Everybody else gets your newsletter, of course, but you're going to make a special note of these very special people that you're going to say something special to. You can do the same thing with blog articles you may have on your website. When you do a new one, again, send them a special email saying, hey, just wrote an article about a new technology or marketing program or a new product you might want to consider that might help improve your business. You send them an email giving them a hot link to your blog article that sits on your website. Say, again, I was thinking of you, love and kisses you. Boom. And you do that every time you do a new blog article. When you're out or about town and you're going to networking events, for every single one, you make absolutely sure, because you're working the room trying to meet everybody anyway, trying to meet new people especially. But when you see one of your valued referral partners, you make a point to go over and talk to him or her for a few minutes, just to say hello, talk about current events, talk about the event you're currently in, carry on a short conversation in a very caring way. Thanks, great to talk to you, great to see you again. I'm gonna work the rest of the room. I already know you, so do something funny, do something that they might remember. Do that at every event. Don't ever leave an event without having talked to any of your referral partners that are there. A little bit more elaborate is, well, I don't know if it's elaborate because this is easy to do too. Remember their birthdays, remember their anniversaries. This stuff can be posted on your Google Calendar to remind you to say on LinkedIn or Facebook, happy birthday, Jim. Hope you have many more. Enjoy your day, whatever you're going to say to them. Remembering a birthday. Now, a little bit more elaborate is, my God, you send them a birthday card. That is very unusual. I go through the course of a year and I meet a lot of people. And every once in a while, I get a thank you note written personally by someone, maybe 2 times, 3 times a year. And I am astonished. I'm also very impressed that they are that thoughtful. You think I'm going to forget Jim and Gail, who have done that for me in the past? No way. I remember what they did. That's the kind of thing you want to cause to happen in the relationship you have with your referral partner. So that's another kind of thing you can do. Now, in the social media world, you definitely follow them on LinkedIn, Facebook. You see what they post, which you can do on both. Now, I don't mean to limit it to those two. It may be appropriate to be on Instagram and others, but you be sure to give them a like, give them a comment on things that they post, so that just that little thing it took 5 seconds to do, to see it, click like, and you're done, or make a 5 or 6 word comment on it. Really, that's wonderful, Jim. No, ha ha ha, smiley face, whatever you want to put on it. It's another beat of the drum of them being confronted by you and creating memories of you by them. So you make the comments and you do these kinds of reposts. You repost things that they do out to your thousands of people that you have on LinkedIn and Facebook. So that's a few things that you do in order to create a relationship, a lasting, memorable relationship. Over time, now you might ask, how long does this take? And I'm going to say it takes quite a while because you are creating a relationship, a memorable relationship. But you will learn, well, they will learn about your business as time goes on, and you'll learn about theirs. And all of what you're going to do for them, you hope that they do for you. So it'll be mutual because they want to return the favor. They will want to return the favor. So those are a few ideas on how you create and maintain this relationship. The benefits to you now are, because they now have a level of trust in you, and they've seen that you are bona fidely interested in helping them, and that you provide them good information, and the posts that you do, and the emails that you send them, that they're going to remember you. And when the occasion arises that your referral partner meets another business person that they recognize has a need that you can fulfill, because they know the needs that you can fulfill, they will give you a referral. It usually will come in the form of an email. That's a simple 3 or 4 sentence introduction. I want you to meet Joe Smith, who's in this business. He appears to have the kinds of needs you're good at fulfilling. I thought I'd give you an introduction. Love and kisses, whoever it was. So the benefit is you got a referral, and you never had to ask for it. They did it because they respect you. They want to help you. And by the way, because you know them, you will do the same thing for them, because you know their business and their markets. If they're smart, and they probably are, they're going to be asking you the same kind of questions you've been asking them. So so that they have not only a good understanding of you, but you have a good understanding of them. They want you to know. So they will reciprocate, and so will you. Now, I'm often asked, should I ask them for a referral? My immediate answer is not often, but there's a time to do that. So here's how you go about it. Your request has to be thoughtful. You don't ask, hey Jim, I need some more business. Can you give me some referrals? Dumb, thoughtless. You will have destroyed their trust if you do that to them. You're basically asking them to do your market research and come up with candidates and make introductions. Baloney. Somebody does that to me, that'll be the only time they do it, because I try to point out to them that is not appropriate. What is appropriate, though, is for you to say, I know, I have come to know of person X inside a company that I'd like to get to know. And I went on LinkedIn and see that you have a connection with him on LinkedIn. The reason I want to reach him is to talk about my services, which I think they can take advantage of. I've not met this person yet, but since you know him, would you please give me an introduction for these reasons? It's kind of long-winded, but what you're doing is showing that there's a purpose, you did the research, you know why you want to reach them, and you explain it to them so that they can give you a proper introduction. That is a thoughtful way to ask. Most of the time, however, that's not necessary, because they already know you, and as they meet people, they're going to give you an introduction as time goes on. So sometimes you can ask, but don't make it a habit. Finally, reward them. When you get an introduction or any form of referral, a mention of some kind, thank them. Um, for these referrals, you're not going to pay them. They shouldn't be asking you to pay them. This is not about the money. Remember, this is a relationship, mutual relationship, that you two are working together in order to help each other be successful. So there's no scorekeeping. Well, I got one from you, I'm going to wait, I'm going to wait to reciprocate. No. You do it in the moment, you do it. I don't care if the score is 10-3. It doesn't matter. This stuff just happens. It's in the moment kind of stuff. It's not planned out. And you don't need to be paying each other for referrals. Well, I'll take 10% for the first year. Baloney. That's not the motivation. So say the thank you. Sometimes, though, you can give them a little bit more. Take them to a sports event. Go to the Durham Bulls with them, or a hockey game. That's always fun. If you're going to a networking event, you find that they might be interested, invite them to join you, and we'll go together. I'll meet you at the front door or something like that. Lunches together. Hey, we haven't seen each other in a while. You want to have lunch at the Panera and Crabtree, or whatever. For a special touch, you can send flowers, send a card, but these are things in the nature of thanking them for being a great referral partner. So that's it. We've taken about 20 minutes to explain this. This may be, for the business that you're in, one of the most important ways for you to reach new prospects. Now, there's this facility here that gets me to answer questions. There's a couple. One person said, Facebook is for kids. Why am I on that? Well, I don't happen to agree, but I don't have the statistics either. But I have heard from reputable people that there are a lot of business people on Facebook. My personal Facebook following is a few thousand. And I'll tell you, there's a lot of business people in that. There are also people from my hometown, people I've never heard of in other states of the union. But the majority, greater than 50% are people who are in business in some way. So don't discount Facebook. I wouldn't discount Instagram either. But most importantly, whatever social media channel your potential customers are the ones you ought to be on, because you're trying to get to know them there. Then the other question is, how long does this take, particularly for the new ones? Well, I hate to do this to you, but this is like it takes what it takes kind of answer. The speed of it is really determined by the velocity you take in getting to know them. It's how long can you establish a relationship. To put a number on it, it'll be a few months, 3 to 6, of good deeds and talking to each other, gaining the trust, and provide them a referral first. You'll get one in return, maybe. Not that we're keeping score, remember, but you can prime the pump a little bit maybe by taking the initiative. So it takes a long time. It's not like this rapid or instant gratification of social media posting and Google AdWords and Facebook ads and all this other stuff that are useful. But you can expect several months to establish these relationships and maintain them. They're well worthwhile. So I've enjoyed talking to you here on Monday Night Live with EntreDot. I don't think I'm going to call it that. I haven't thought of a name of our program. If you have a good idea, send me a post and make a suggestion. I might even do it. So glad you were able to join me. My pleasure. I hope this was helpful. And again, my name is Bill Warner, and I'm with EntreDot. Have a good evening.